Coming up, we are taking time to celebrate our veterans this Friday.
eSports is pushing hard as their fall season comes to a close.
Miss Cardi was in the studio for a new episode of Tea Time with Mr. D.
Do you like jazz? Then join our jazz choir or jazz band.
All of this and so much more. This is Your Titan TV by students for students.
Coming to you live on tape from Studio 306, this is Titans Today, Northside Middle School's weekly announcement broadcast. Today is Monday, November 6, 2023. Now let's go to the newsroom with your hosts, Vaughn and Atri.
Good afternoon, Titans. I'm Vaughn, and welcome to this week's edition of Titans Today. Last weekend, me and my parents spent time together. I hope you all have found time to spend with your family and friends, especially since the holidays are on their way. With that being said, let's turn to the news. We will have a Veterans Day on November 10th, and we will hold 3 different ceremonies per grade. All ceremonies will be held in the auditorium. The 6th grade Veterans Day ceremony will start at 10 a.m. and end at 10:45. 8th grade Veterans Day ceremony will be held also in the auditorium at 11:30 and will end at 12:15 p.m. The 7th grade's Veterans Day ceremony will be the last ceremony held at 2:30 p.m. to 3:15. All family members and friends who have served are invited so we can honor you. Also, the NMS band and choir will perform, along with a flag presentation given by the Muncie Central ROTC. Our PTO has a Winter Venture event happening on December 2nd. Businesses and organizations can register now by scanning the QR code on the screen. If you're wanting to join the PTO, they have a meeting coming up on November 13th in the NMS Media Center. Finally, we want to make you aware of our upcoming Big Idea event. This is where our food pantry takes place along the central topic with resources. This will be on Tuesday, November 14th, right after school in the NMS Cafe. A new episode of Tea Time with Mr. D was posted recently. This month's guest was Miss Cardi. Here is a quick look.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Tea Time with Mr. D. Sophia, how's it going today?
It's going awesome.
It's
before fall break.
Oh, all right, yeah. How has your last day before fall break been going today?
It's been going really well. We watched a lot of movies. We had brownies.
When did you have brownies? Wait, hold on. You had brownies, and there were brownies in choir, and I didn't even get.
Well, they were cosmic brownies.
And I stole one from Zoe.
All right, and I'd love to welcome to the studio our guest for today, Ms. Cardi. Ms. Cardi, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm excited. Fall break's getting ready to start.
Yeah, and you're going somewhere, aren't you?
Yes, me and Mrs. Turner, we're going down to Panama City Beach in Florida.
What was middle school like for you, and what were you like during middle school?
Middle school for me was pretty interesting. A couple of my friends and I were like Team Adidas, like we were just really like Team Adidas, and then there was another group of boys that they all liked Nike, so we would talk smack to each other over Adidas and Nike, like this was what we did.
That was the cool thing to
That was the cool thing to do. Whole rebel behavior.
No fights or anything like that?
No, I've never been in a physical altercation.
Man.
Not at school. Actually, not at all.
I
Minus like play fighting.
Yeah,
but,
minus all the times you've hit me. So
minus all
great.
the times I lock or check you. We should get some film of that too.
No, there's no film of that.
My apologies. Please forgive me, all of Titan TV land. So last year in 2022, I finished 67 books.
Wow.
And this year I am currently reading books number 71 and 72.
Great. Do you guys have some questions for Ms. Cardi in there?
Yeah.
Okay, so did you, I know the answer to this question, but
Then why are you asking it?
Hallie, this is already a great question of, well, did you, I already know it, but that's fine.
Just because I'm a grown-up doesn't mean I can't have fun sometimes and joke around. Like I tell my kids all the time, I say my kids, my students, you know, there's a time and a place for everything. Wendy's, the Asiago Ranch Club is very good. Chicken sandwich.
I don't think that goes in the list of chicken sandwiches, but.
What do you mean?
I don't think it does. I think.
Why?
I just don't think the official chicken sandwich list has anything that says Asiago.
It's a chicken club sandwich, you psycho.
It's.
I just have to make a comment.
Yeah.
What is with this economy? That used to be $1.
Yes. Yeah.
Now
no,
it's
I
on the
agree.
value menu.
Yeah. Now, what got you into thinking teaching was a thing for you?
I honestly always thought that I wanted to be a teacher. I think for, like I mentioned earlier, you know, school was kind of my place where I felt safe, and when things weren't going well at home, I knew that there were people at school that I could talk to and help me through things and like provide me support that I wasn't getting for whatever reason. And so I wanted to be a person that could be there for kids. I think I already mentioned it, but the biggest advice that I would have for middle schoolers is I will echo Mr. Harder a bit and say, be true to yourself, but also don't be afraid to admit when you're wrong. Don't be afraid to apologize. I think that is one of the things that causes a lot of conflict between students and adults and just adults in general. A lot of people listen to respond versus listening to understand.
Thank you so much for being here. I have to do the official
Let's do
handshake.
an awkward handshake.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. I hate this so much. You ready for it, Sophia? We ready for this? All right. And as I always say, the future is very bright. We'll see you guys next time.
Make sure to watch the full episode on our Titan TV YouTube page. And those are our top stories for today. I hope you have a great day the rest of this week. Make it a great one. Now let's go to Alexis and Curtis to hear about this week's weather and what happened on this day in history.
Thanks, Vaughn. Looking at today's weather, look for conditions to be rainy with a high of 57 degrees and a low of 48 degrees. The rest of the week looks to include clouds with the highs in the 50s and the lows in the 40s. Then taking a look at the weekend, this Saturday will be cloudy with the high of 48 degrees and a low of 37 degrees. And Sunday will be cloudy with the high of 51 degrees and a low of 41 degrees. That's all the weather here in Titan TV land and beyond. Now here is Curtis with what happened on this day in history.
Thanks, Alexis. On this day in 1860, Americans elected Abraham Lincoln as their president. Also on this day in 1861, James Naismith, who was famous for the invention of basketball and the football helmet, was born in Almont, Ontario. And in the sporting world, in 1934, NFL, Philadelphia Eagles beat Cincinnati Reds 64-0. And finally, today is National Nachos Day. Come down to the lunchroom and get some beef and queso. And that is a look at what happened on this day in history. Now back to you, Adrian Vaughn.
Thank you, Paul Curtis. My buddy Tate will be at the news desk with this week's club news later. But right now, it's time to see what our Titans have been doing in the world of Titan sports. Take it away, Jalen.
I'm Jalen, and here's a great week of sports. Let's get into it. First up, on Tuesday, our Minecraft club goes against Driver Middle School at 4:30. Next up, we have our Rocket League team going up against Lyndhurst Middle School on Thursday also at 4:30. We're turning the things going on here at Northside and not online. Our 0-hour strength training program is coming back. This takes place immediately after school on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Coach Lyons will be conducting a strength and conditioning session in the wrestling room that is open to all students and highly encouraged for all athletes. The training session will last about 45 minutes each day and will benefit the physical and mental health of all who participate. Be dressed and ready to go at 4:15 p.m. in the Northside Gymnasium. If you have any questions, please see Mr. Lyons or Ms. Gutcher. Our Northside Titan 8th grade basketball team will be competing against Anderson at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, home of the Indiana Pacers, on January 3rd, 2024. Buy your tickets now, see the Titans play, and then watch the Pacers take on the Bucks. Go to the link on the screen to purchase your tickets today. Like I said, there are many things going on in the world of Titan sports. Let's take it back to the news desk.
Thank you, Jalen. It is now time to say happy birthday to some Titans. Hope you guys all had a good week and lots of fun. And test your knowledge with this week's trivia challenge.
Thanks, Jamie. We are excited to celebrate our Titans by wishing them happy birthday today. Happy birthday to Mason F., Josiah S., Jackson W., Dusty M., Nathaniel R., Jeremiah N., Deborah O., Anijah M., Hall J., Jack N., Destiny B., Gabriel A., Carlos Z. M. Those are all the birthdays. Let's move on to Trivia Challenge with Tate.
Golden Team. All right, nice shot.
Last week's answers for Halloween was originally called What Was All Hallows Mean? The classes of Sainton, Horn, Minor Ding, Newman, Depot received 1 point. Adding the Horns class to the top with 9 points. Now for 4 points, here is this week's question. How many sports do we have in Northside and what are they? Discuss as a class after this broadcast and good luck on this week's trivia challenge.
Thank you, Adriana. This week we have clubs and other opportunities. Also, we have some fun events coming up this week that we want our Titans to take part in. So to help with this, here is our club news for this week. This week coming up, we have Craft Club. It is taking place on Mondays in room 213. It is 4 to 5 p.m. and we hope you bring your ideas and creativity to this room. And members must have a signed permission slip before staying and have a way back home. Our Northern Light Jazz Club practices tomorrow. It is open to anyone who wants to sing jazz, and it is taking place in Mr. D's room, and it is on Tuesdays from 8 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. Enter at door 8. We also have Titan Jazz Band coming up this week too. It is taking place in the band room, and you do not have to be in band to join the club, but we recommend you have played an instrument for a year. It is also on Wednesdays from 8 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. On Fridays, we have FCA. It is open to anyone, and it is taking place in room 114 in Mr. Osborne's room, and it is at 8 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. Enter at door 4 on the north side of the building. And finally, we have a new Lego building club coming to Northside. If you are interested, there are applications in the office. That's all of the club news we have to report on today. And that is all the news for this week. Until next time, I'm Tate.
I'm Jalen.
And I'm Vaughn.
And this has been your Titans Today. Make sure to stay
classy,
Titans!
This has been a
The cushions are the essence of the chair. That's right. I'm taking the essence.
production.